Hi, my name is Steve Heon, and I'm the athletic director here at Western Albemarle High School, and appreciate you jumping on this spring sports parents information video. I hope you'll find it informative and welcome any questions you might have after seeing the information presented. First thing up is athletic training. Want to let you know we have a new full-time athletic trainer. Her name is Sage Wallace. She's done a fantastic job in the fall and the winter, so we welcome her here. We also have Amy Alvarez from ACAC. Those that have been here a while will remember Amy from previous years. She will help out as needed, particularly on our busy nights here at Western. And they've both been working and pretty much concluded with our impact testing for baseline concussion testing. Going to go over some athletic department policies now. Some of these should be familiar to you. In fact, all of them hopefully are. So more of a review and a point of emphasis. First is eligibility. Pretty straightforward from the Virginia High School League academic eligibility. Take 5, pass 5 is what we call it. So individual must have passed at least 5 classes the previous semester and be taking at least 5 classes now. Must be in good standing with the school as well, with all financial obligations, keeping up with their schoolwork, etc. We do require the physical activity registration, which most of you have taken care of, so we appreciate that. Just a point of emphasis that our athletes are students first and that they're expected to go to class often, but especially even on days where they might return late the night before from an athletic contest. So there is no excused absence in the mornings for a late return from athletic events. That rumor does persist. Students must attend at least half a day of school as well to participate in athletes. So, I mean, in practices or games. So, please make sure your athlete understands that. Our extracurricular code of conduct. We've had this for a while. Hope everybody's familiar with this, but it has to do with the illegal use of alcohol, illegal substances, performance-enhancing drugs, etc. So this is a possession or use code of conduct. So if someone's in violation, there will be a 30-day suspension or to the remainder of the athletic season, whichever is longer. That can get reduced to 2 weeks if the individual successfully completes counseling. Second violation would be the same, 30 days into the season, or that can get reduced to 4 weeks with successful counseling. And then a third violation is 365, a year off from athletics. So, you know, a lot of vaping going on these days. We've had some violations in that regard. If we could help our young athletes avoid all of these, we'd be appreciative of that. Student activity insurance, just a reminder that the county does not provide any medical insurance, and we recommend everyone athlete have insurance in case needed. If currently a need exists, we do have FAMAS, which is a fairly affordable insurance, especially for all spring sports. So please reach out to the athletic office if you'd like more information on FAMAS. Activity buses do run every afternoon at 6:45. They depart from outside of our main gym. They have several drops throughout the county. Those are listed on our website. Feel free to call the office if you'd like to know the closest drop for you. Do ask that someone be waiting on your athlete if they use the activity bus so that they're not standing around. We do try to pick safe spots, but still think it best if the individuals get picked up quickly. Away game transportation. First of all, we do try to provide a bus to every athletic event. We are in a fairly significant bus driver shortage right now. We actually have one bus in the evening, and we are rotating another bus between the 3 high schools on a given day. So we do have some days where we've got more than one bus to depart early. So these are departures to be able to start athletic events on time. We can get buses later in the evening, starting at 5 o'clock after bus drivers return from their home runs after schools. So we do have some vans as well, and we're piecing things together as best we can right now, but there may be some further adjustments needed in the future. While we do try to provide transportation to every event, athletes are still allowed to drive themselves or get a ride with a parent to an event. We are not recommending that, but if that's what you would like to do as a parent, then we will abide by that. Just let your coach know so they know who will and will not be on the bus. If someone rides the bus to an athletic event, we expect them to ride the bus back, and the only exceptions are if a parent checks out their athlete after a contest or sends an email to me and copy of the coach stating that you'd like your athlete to get a ride home with someone other than a parent. Preferably by 4 o'clock if you can get information to us. That way we can make sure we see it and get approval to you and the coach. Tickets for events in the spring, everything's sold on GoFan as they have been all year. Admission is $6 to every athletic event in the spring. Free admission for Western Albemarle students. They get in free to every athletic event in the spring. Anyone 62 or older, and children not yet in kindergarten. We do also honor county employees would get in free as well. We do still sell season passes. Probably makes the most sense right now. The annuals probably not applicable right now, but season tickets for an adult is $50, $25 for students. That gets the individual into all home athletic events at Western Albemarle. Just a quick review of the Western Albemarle student admission policy, just simply because we want people to understand that the only time students at Western Albemarle need to pay for an athletic event is when they come to a home football game or a home boys basketball game. You can see the prices there, and we also offer a discounted ticket if tickets are bought before 4 p.m. on those game days. And they're the student passes we talked about as well. Sportsmanship, big thing for us. I mean, I feel like we do fairly well as a community, really well actually. We're not perfect, but strive for perfection. So ask everyone to do what they can do to help us be a good and welcoming host, both to our opponents and officials. There's a severe shortage of officials across the country, including in our area. Oftentimes we are having to reschedule games because of the shortage. So anyway, as fans, hope you'll keep that in mind and treat our officials with respect, our opponents with respect, be a good role model for our athletes, and create a very positive perception of our community. Parent-coach communication. Our coaches are available to have conversations, particularly when it comes to your child and any way in which a coach may be able to help them. Things like playing time, team strategy, etc. I guess what I would say is that there are different philosophies. Every coach, great coaches, can differ totally on their strategies, on their view of athletes and where they fit into their programs and systems, etc. So we're going to get a variety of opinions. So I just hope that we respect our coaches and what they do. We're fortunate to have the strong group of coaches that we do have. However, I will say, the best way to approach a coach is always about, how they can help your son or daughter, and that could include, what would you like my son or daughter to do to earn more playing time, right? They're happy to have that conversation. They won't compare your son or daughter to any others on the team, but hopefully they can give a plan, some goals that can help your athlete improve their performance and earn more playing time if that's the issue. 24-hour rule is a great rule too. I'd like to emphasize this. Anytime emotions run high, whether it be after a very competitive contest that maybe didn't go the right way, or who knows what. But if emotions are running high, rather than having a conversation with coach immediately after a contest, highly recommend holding off until the next day. Let things settle, gather exactly what it is that a conversation needs to be about, and a much more productive conversation will take place. Additional items of interest: Western Albemarle returns to Class 3 this year from Class 4 last year, and we're back into Region 3C, which is comprised primarily of schools over the mountain in the valley, as well as down in the Lynchburg area, Seminole District. So there's rather large region compared to what we were in last year. We're up to 16 teams now. Eight teams will qualify for postseason in team sports, and all that's based on a power rating system that we have. So that's regional qualification, etc. Name, image, and likeness, the NIL, which I'm sure everybody's heard about from a college perspective, it is now trickled down to high school as well, and it is allowed by the Virginia High School League. If anybody is thinking about or looking at signing a contract of some sort, please contact me in the school. That is a requirement by the Virginia High School League to maintain eligibility. And just of note, no use of the VHSL or any Western Albemarle events, uniforms, logos, etc. will be allowed in such NIL deals. Also know that an emphasis has grown on deterring fighting and insensitive remarks during contests. Ejections involve suspensions when they take place, and they can be from 10, 20, or 30% of the season, and those for fighting and insensitive remarks will be 30%. So that would mean, I want to say 4 for soccer and lacrosse, maybe 5 actually for soccer. So it's a rather significant penalty. So just want everybody to be aware of that and refrain from either. We do have a Carrie Gardner Fund. This is a fund set up to help anyone that has financial needs. So if there's a need for any athletic equipment, etc., please come to us. We'd like to help those that could benefit from this program. Staying current on practices and changes, and then we have quite a few in the spring. The website is one location to see schedule changes and see our rosters, etc. Make sure you've done your activity registration, because that is what we use. And as long as you've registered in activity registration, we have your email, and we can communicate team-specific changes in practices and games and so forth. So make sure you've done that if you have not been receiving emails from us. Okay, that's it. I look forward to a great spring season, and we're here to support, and feel free to reach out to either Morgan or I anytime to help assist in supporting our athletic programs. So we'll see you at the fields.